Perfect. Let's make the world's best one-page cheat sheet on T2 Mir. Crisp, exam-focused, with bullets, dates, and keywords only. No long sentences, no fluff. I'll also add smart tips, tricks, so you can revise super fast. T2 Mir, 782-1831, cheat sheet. Basic facts. Full name, Syed Mir Nisar Ali, popularly T2 Mir. Born 1782, Bengal. Died 19th of Nav 1831, Narkalbaria, Barasat, Bengal. Region, Bengal. Present West Bengal, India and Bangladesh. Identity, peasant leader, plus religious reformer, freedom fighter. Enemies, oppressors. Zamindars, local landlords, exploited peasants, high rent, taxes, humiliation. European indigo planters, forced peasants to grow indigo, cash crop, not food. British East India Company, supported Zamindars planters, crushed rebellion. Hashed religious role, leader of Tariqa-e-Muhammadiyya, Islamic reform movement, aims socio-religious reforms, remove shirk, associating partners with God, pantheism, remove bid'at, un-Islamic innovations, new customs, inspire Muslims, follow Islamic principles in daily life. Agrarian and social role, fought oppression of peasants, stood against exploitative rent, forced crops, combined religious revival, social justice. Bamboo fort, built Narakalbaria, Barasat near Kolkata. Material, bamboo plus thorn fences, cheap, fast, symbolic of peasant strength. Purpose, defense against Zamindars, planters, British. Fall, Nav 1831, attacked by British with artillery, set on fire, T2 Mir killed. Timeline, 1782, birth of T2 Mir, 1820s, learns reformist Islamic ideas, Sayyid Ahmad Barelvi influence. 1827 to 1831, leads peasant plus religious movement in Bengal. 1831, Nav 19, bamboo fort destroyed, T2 Mir dies in battle. Legacy, remembered as peasant hero, defender of oppressed farmers, religious reformer, Islamic purity, anti-superstition, freedom fighter, early resistance to British rule, honored in India and Bangladesh, textbooks, memorials, local pride. Exam tips and tricks. Memory trick for goals, reform, resist, release. Reform religion, shirk, bid'at. Resist oppression, Zamindars, indigo planters. Release from British domination, keyword recall, peasant leader Zamindars, indigo planters, cash crop exploitation, bamboo fort, symbol of resistance. 1831, death in battle. Likely cues, who was T2 Mir? What was the bamboo fort? Religious aims, shirk, bid'at, role in peasant resistance. One-line essence, super short, T2 Mir, 1782 to 1831, Bengal peasant leader, Tariqa-e-Muhammadiyya reformer, fought Zamindars, indigo planters and British. Built bamboo fort. Died in 1831, battle. Do you want me to also make a comparison box, T2 Mir versus Indigo Revolt versus Santhal Revolt, so you can remember easily for exam questions on peasant movements? Perfect. Let's now build the world's best one-page cheat sheet on the Ahmadiyya movement. Crisp, exam-focused, with dates, keywords, and memory tricks. No fluff, just maximum clarity so you can revise fast. Ahmadiyya movement, cheat sheet. Founder and origin. Founder, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Place, Qadian, Punjab, India. Founded 1889. Initial aim, defend Islam against Arya Samaj, Hindu reform group, and Christian missionaries. Claims of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, 1889. Claimed to be Masih, Messiah, plus Mahdi, guide. Later, claimed to be incarnation of Jesus Christ, returned to earth. Hindu god Krishna, called himself minor prophet. Still regarded Prophet Muhammad as the final great prophet, but controversy remained. Nature of the movement. Seen by many Muslims as a heresy, deviation, but still within Islam's broad fold. Aim, universal religion of humanity, similar to Brahmo Samaj idea of universality. Influences, Western liberalism, rationality, progress, theosophy, spiritual philosophy, universal brotherhood, Hindu reform movements like Arya Samaj, Brahmo Samaj. Teachings, opposed jihad, holy war, taught peaceful coexistence, stressed fraternity, brotherhood among all people, promoted education, built network of schools and colleges, spread Western-style modern education among Muslims. Timeline. Quick recap, 1835, birth of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, Qadian. 1889, founded Ahmadiyya movement. 1908, death of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Post-1908, movement continued, split later into Qadiani and Lahori groups. Contributions: defended Islam against missionary attacks, promoted modern education among Muslims, encouraged peace, tolerance, reformist thought, global spread, now present in India, Pakistan, UK, USA, Africa. Criticism: other Muslim groups rejected his prophethood claim, declared non-Muslim minority in Pakistan, 1974 Constitution. Exam tips and tricks. Memory hook for teachings 3E 2P. Education, schools, colleges. Equality, universal religion, brotherhood. Enlightenment, Western liberal ideas. Peace, anti-jihad. Prophethood claim, minor prophet. Compare with Brahmo Samaj, universality and reform. T2 Mir, opposite, supported jihad, agrarian fight. One-line essence, super short. Ahmadiyya movement, 1889, Qadian, Punjab, founded by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, religious reform with claims of Messiah. Deoband movement, one-page cheat sheet, crisp bullets, dates and keywords. Place and year, Deoband, Saharanpur, UP, 1866. Founders, key persons, Maulana Muhammad Qasim Nanotabi, co-founder, Darul Uloom Deoband. Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi, co-founder, advised cooperation with Congress. Shibli Numani, 1857 to 1914, supporter, founded Nadwatul Ulama Darul Uloom, Lucknow, c. 1894 to 96, advocated mixing religious plus modern education. Type and character, revivalist Islamic movement, Orthodox ulema. Institution, Darul Uloom Deoband, main seminary, aimed at training ulema, religious leaders, teachers, judges. Main objectives, dual. 1. Propagate pure teachings of Quran and Hadith, religious revival. 2. Keep alive spirit of jihad, resistance, struggle against foreign rule, mainly moral, political resolve rather than automatic violence. Education and curriculum. Core, Quran, Hadith, Fiqh, Islamic law, Arabic, traditional ulama training. Internal debate. Some, e.g. Shibli, supported adding English and European sciences, Nadwa experiment. Political position. Declared nationality equals unity of all religious groups. Islamic principles not violated by nationhood. Some leaders, Rashid Gangohi, encouraged cooperation with Indian National Congress. Contrast with Aligarh Sirseed. Aligarh emphasized Western education, Muslim political separateness, interest protection, gulf between them. Social impact, urban Muslim society, modernizing trends, decline in polygamy, acceptance, encouragement of widow remarriage, greater emphasis on moral reform. Contributed to renaissance of Indian Islam, rational outlook, individualism, influenced modern secular ideas indirectly. Institutions, Darul Uloom Deoband, Central Seminary. Nadwatul Ulama, Darul Uloom, Lucknow, Shibli's initiative to blend tradition plus modern subjects. Keywords to remember, Deoband, 1866, Darul Uloom, Nanotabi, Gangohi, Ulema, Quran, Hadith, Jihad Spirit, Shibli Numani, Aligarh, Contrast, Revivalist, Reform, Social Change. Important dates. Quick, 1857, Background, Revolt, Context for Revival. 1866, Darul Uloom Deoband founded. C. 1894 to 96, Nadwal Ulama, Lucknow Darul Uloom, Shibli Numani. One-line exam answers. What was Deoband movement? A revivalist Islamic movement from 1866 centered on Darul Uloom Deoband to train ulama and or pure Quranic Hadith teachings. Political stance, encouraged Muslim cooperation with Indian nationalism, some leaders, and endorsed nationality based on interreligious unity. Difference from Aligarh. Deoband equals religious revival and political cooperation. Aligarh equals Western education focus and safeguarding Muslim interests, more separatist tendency. Points examiners like founders' names and year. Nanotavi, Gangohi, 1866. Dual objectives, Quran, Hadith plus spirit of jihad. Relation to Aligarh and Nadwa, contrast and influence. Social reforms impact, polygamy, widow remarriage. Name of main institution, Darul Uloom Deoband. Quick memory tricks. D1866, Deoband in 1866. NN plus RG equals Nanotavi and Rashid Gangohi, founders. Dual Ds. Deoband equals Darul Uloom and defend. Spirit of jihad, defend, resist. Link Shibli, S. Share. He wanted to share modern knowledge with religious study via Nadwa. Exam strategy best tips. Start answer with place plus year's founders. First 1 to 2 lines. State dual objectives clearly as bullet points. Add one sentence on difference with Aligar and mention Nadwa to show nuance. End with social impact. Gives evaluation significance. Use keywords from the cheat sheet. Writing them signals precision and gets marks. Anything you want me to turn into a small printable revision card, single A4-sized text block, not PDF, or a 30-second spoken summary you can listen to. Absolutely. Here's a world-class, one-page, super crisp cheat sheet for the Wahhabi movement in India. I've included all key points, dates, names, keywords, and extra important info for exams. It's concise, easy to memorize, and nothing important is left out. Wahhabi Movement, India, ultimate one-page cheat sheet. Name, other name, Wahhabi Movement, Tariqa-e-Muhammadiyya. Time, 1820s to 1860s. Leader, Syed Ahmad Barelvi, 1786 to 1831. Influences, Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab, Arabia, Purify Islam, strict monotheism. Shah Waliullah, Delhi, Indian reformist ideas. Goals aims, purify Islam, remove bid'ah, innovations, and local un-Islamic customs. Restore Islam and society like Arabia of Prophet Muhammad's times. Establish Darul Islam from Darul Harb. Religious plus political reform, sometimes armed struggle, jihad. Methods, organization, countrywide network with secret code and missions. Bases, Sithana, NW Frontier, Patna, Bihar. Secret cells, Hyderabad, Madras, Bengal, UP, Bombay. Spread rapid in Bihar, Bengal, UP, NW, India. Major actions battles, 1830, capture of Peshawar, temporary. 1831, Battle of Balakot, killed by Sikhs, Sher Singh. Patna becomes posthumous center of movement. Later focus, 1849, British annex Punjab, target shifts to British rule. 1860s, British suppression via Wahhabi trials, leaders jailed, Andamans. Key terms, keywords, jihad equals armed struggle, holy war. Darul Harb equals land not under Islamic law. Darul Islam equals land under Islamic law. Bid'ah, religious innovations against Prophet's teaching. Tawhid equals strict monotheism, one God. Legacy, importance. First well-organized anti-colonial Muslim movement. Plus political challenge to Sikhs and British. Inspired later anti-British and reformist movements. Shows combination of religion and politics in Indian history. Quick timeline mnemonics. 1786, Syed Ahmad born. Ray Bareli. 1820s to 30s, movement spreads across India. 1830, Peshawar captured. 1831, Balakot, Syed Ahmad dies. 1849, Punjab annexed. Target British. 1860s, Wahhabi trials and suppression. Mnemonic to remember main points. SPBT, S equals Syed Ahmad, P equals Peshawar and Patna, B equals Balakot, death, T equals trials, suppression. Tips and tricks for exams. Remember, purify, preach, fight. Wahhabi 3 Ps, always link dates plus events. 1830 equals Peshawar, 1831 equals Balakot, 1849 equals British. Base centers. Sithana, NW Frontier, Patna. Important for geography questions. Associate Tariq Muhammadiyya, Reform plus Secret Network. Key terms, Darul Harb, Darul Islam, Bid'ah, common in MCQs. If you want, I can also make an ultra-fast memory version in 10 lines with all dates, names, and keywords you can memorize in 5 minutes before exam. It's literally unbeatable for last-minute revision. Do you want me to make that? Absolutely. Here's the world's best, super crisp, one-page cheat sheet for the Farisi movement. I've kept it short, precise, with dates, keywords, and important points. Perfect for quick revision before exams. Farisi movement, cheat sheet. Name and meaning, Farisi, from Fars, equals obligatory duties in Islam. Goal, make Muslims follow true Islamic duties. Founder, Haji Shariatullah, 1779 to 8, started 1818 in Bengal. May move un-Islamic practices, encourage prayers, fasting, honesty, social justice, protect Muslim rights under British rule, unite poor peasants against exploitation, support Muslim peasants, farmer, victims of landlord. Key teachings, practices. 5 daily prayers, namaz, fasting during Ramadan, avoid un-Islamic practices, idol worship, superstition. Promote honesty, fairness, social justice. British and landlord challenge. Landlords opposed, lost power and money. British often supported landlords, conflict with peasants. Movement became social and political resistance. Successors, leaders. Dudu Mian, son of Shariatullah, took over after 1840, strengthened movement, led peasant uprisings against unfair landlords. Achievements. Impact. Spread awareness of true Islamic duties. United peasants stood against exploitation. Inspired future social and religious reforms in Bengal. Promoted justice, equality, community solidarity. Important dates. 1779, birth of Haji Shariatullah. 1818, Faraizi movement formally started. 1840, death of Haji Shariatullah. Dudu Mian leads, keywords for quick memory, Fars obligatory duty, Haji Shariatullah founder, Dudu Mian successor, Bengal main region, peasants main supporters, social justice key goal. Exam tips, tricks. 1. Always link Faraizi, Fars duty, helps remember the essence. 2. Remember Haji Shariatullah and Dudu Mian as father-son leaders. 3. Focus on peasant support plus opposition by landlords British, frequent exam point. 4. Key year 1818, movement start, 1840, founder's death. 5. Connect religious reform plus social justice, main idea. If you want, I can also make an even faster 1-minute memory map version with all points as keywords and arrows so you can revise in seconds before exams. Do you want me to do that next? Absolutely. Here's a world's best, super crisp, 1-page cheat sheet for movements for upliftment of untouchables, with bullets, dates, keywords, examples, and quick tips for exam revision. I have made it concise but complete so no important point is missed. Movements for upliftment of untouchables, cheat. Nar 1. Context. British rule in India, 1757-1947. Spread education, newspapers, railways, social awareness. Problem. Untouchability and casteism, rigid hierarchy. Untouchables treated as polluting, touch, shadow, voice. Untouchable castes, regional examples. Maharashtra, Mahar Matang. Western North India, Chamar. Andhra, Mala, Madiga. Karnataka, Holia. Tamil Nadu, Palar, Shannan, Pariya. Kerala, Ejava. Middle backward castes, Jat, Ahir, Gujar, Velala, Kapu, Vocaliga, Lingayat, Bant. Upper castes, Brahmin, Rajput, Bhumihar. Number 2, impact of British rule. Positive effects, Western education, ideas of equality, liberty, human rights. Caste-based census, lower castes aware of their numbers, started social and political movements. Laws weakening caste, Caste Disabilities Removal Act, 1850, property rights maintained even if one leaves caste. Special Marriage Act, 1872, intercaste and interreligion marriages legalized. Negative effects, alliance with landlords' upper castes, strengthened caste feudalism. Non-interference in religion, untouchables still oppressed. Social movements and leaders, leader, movement, region, contribution, achievements. Strengthened caste feudalism. Jyotirao Phule, Maharashtra, founded schools for untouchables, fought caste oppression. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Maharashtra's national, leader of untouchables, fought for political rights, drafted constitution ensuring equality, fought temple entry rights. Temple entry movements, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, allowed untouchables to enter temples, break caste barriers. British-era reformers, national, introduced education and legal awareness among lower castes. Number 4, key terms, keywords, Achat, untouchable, lowest caste, discriminated in society. Casteism. Discrimination based on caste. Intermediate backward castes, not untouchable, but lower than upper castes. Social mobility, ability to improve social and economic status. Caste-based census, awareness of population strength of lower castes. Caste Disabilities Removal Act, 1850, protection of property rights despite leaving caste. Special Marriage Act, 1872, legal intercaste religion marriage. Nasher 5, examples, illustrations. Dr. Ambedkar, born in Mahar caste, fought caste oppression. Jyotirao Phule started schools for untouchables, promoted literacy. Temple entry, Kerala, Vaikom, Maharashtra, Kalaram temple, lower castes allowed inside temples. Number 6. Exam tips, tricks. Remember dates: 1850, Caste Disabilities Removal Act; 1872, Special Marriage Act. 3 P's to remember: impact. Positive, education, laws, census, awakening. Negative, landlords, non-interference, oppression. Shortcut for leaders: full education, Ambedkar Constitution and rights. Mnemonic for major untouchable castes, regional: MCMHPE, Mahar, Chamar, Mala, Holea, Palar, Ejava. Quick summary: British rule both helped education laws and hindered landlords, non-interference, untouchables. Untouchables, social movements, education, temple entry, political rights. Leaders: Jyotirao Phule, social; Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, politicals, legal. Laws and census provided tools for upliftment. Remember, untouchables, upliftments, education plus legal awareness, social movements plus leadership. If you want, I can also make a super ultra short mnemonic version of this cheat sheet that fits on half a page, perfect for 5-minute exam revision, with only keywords, dates, and leader names. Do you want me to make that too? Absolutely. Here's a page cheat sheet for the Aravipuram movement. I have made it crisp, with bullets, dates, keywords, and all important facts included. You can memorize it in 5 minutes. Hashtag Aravipuram movement cheat sheet, world's best revision page. Key person: Sri Narayana Guru, 1856 to 1928, low caste Ejava reformer from Kerala, spiritual leader, social reformer, poet, philosopher. Date and event: 1888, Shivaratri Day, movement launched at Aravipuram. Historic act: Guru consecrated a Shiva idol himself, breaking caste restrictions. Caste context: Savarna caste Hindus, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. Avarna lower castes, Dalits, scheduled tribes, Ejavas, outside Varna system. Guru's action: empowered Avarna community, Ejavas. Temple message: inscribed, devoid of caste, race, or hatred of rival faith, we all live in brotherhood. Key idea: equality, universal brotherhood, no discrimination. Social reforms promoted by Guru: stop toddy tapping, palm wine collection, improve social respect, abstain from liquor, condemn animal sacrifice, avoid obscene songs, immoral rituals, promote education, moral living, dignity. Organizations founded: Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam, SNDP Yogam, manage temples, schools, and propagate Guru's teachings. Key leaders who joined later. Early 20th century, movement strengthened. Dr. Palpu, first Ejava doctor, Western medicine. Kumarasan, famous poet and writer, spread Guru's ideas through literature. Main goals of the movement: fight caste discrimination, empower lower caste communities, Ejavas, promote social equality, education, moral living. Impact and legacy: first lower caste temple consecration in Kerala, inspired Kerala Renaissance, social, religious, and educational reform. SNDP Yogam became a major socio-religious organization, set a model for caste reform in India. Tips and tricks for exam revision: remember 1888, Aravipuram, Shiva idol, caste equality. Keywords: equality, brotherhood, anti-caste, social reform, SNDP Yogam, education. Associate Dr. Palpu, medicine, Kumarasan, poetry. Visual tip: picture a temple open to all, with Guru writing brotherhood on the wall. If you want, I can also make a super compact visual mnemonic version with keywords plus icons, one-line meanings, which can help you recall everything in 30 seconds before exams. Do you want me to make that version too? Absolutely. Here's a world-class, exam-ready, one-page cheat sheet for Sri Narayan Dharma Paripalana Yogam SNPY movement. I made it super crisp with bullets, dates, keywords, examples, and exam tips. Every important fact is included. SNDY and Sri Narayana Guru movement ultimate cheat sheet. 1. Name and meaning: Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam AY, organization to protect and promote the teachings of Sri Narayana Guru. Formed 1903, Aravipuram, Kerala. Founders Dr. Palpu, Kumar, and others, with Guru's blessings. Sri Narayan Guru, 1855 to 1928, spiritual and social reformer of Ejava community. Main ideas: equality of all humans, education and social upliftment, temple entry for all, simplified rituals, weddings, funerals, worship. Famous slogan: one caste, one religion, one God for mankind. 3. Community background: Ejavas, Iravas, untouchables in Kerala, by late 19th century, economically better. Koyer, coconut, toddy tapping, followed Guru for social and spiritual guidance, influence extended to Adi Andhra Dalits. 4. Main goals of SNDPY. Temple entry rights led to Vaikam Satyagraha, 1924 to 25. Education access, schools and hostels for Ajavas, government jobs and political representation, equal opportunities, fight untouchability, social equality for lower castes. Knacker 5. Leaders and influences. T.K. Madhavan, 1920s. Temple entry movement and Gandhian influence. Gandhian nationalism, nonviolence, social reform, uplift of untouchables. Communist influence, 1930s. Egalitarian ideology, many turned atheist. Number 6. Reforms and achievements. Temples built by Narayan Guru, open to all castes. Simplified rituals, affordable weddings and funerals. Criticism of Gandhi, against Chaturvarna system, caste root cause, attraction to communism, due to full social equality ideas. 7. Key dates. 1855, birth of Sri Narayana Guru. 1903, formation of SNDPY. 1920, association with Gandhian politics. 1924 to 25, Vaikam Satyagraha. 1930s, communist influence grows. 1928, death of Sri Narayana Guru. 1936, temple entry proclamation. Travancore 8, keywords. Ejava, Irava, untouchable community. Dharma, moral duty, right conduct. Paripalana, protection, preservation. Yogam, association, organization. Chaturvarna, forecast system. Egalitarian, everyone equal. 9. Exam tips. Tricks, slogan, and Guru's teachings always asked, one caste, one religion, one God. Temple entry movements. Connect SNDPY, Vaikam, Temple Entry Proclamation. Leaders, T.K. Madhavan, Narayana Guru, Dr. Palpu. Timeline trick. 1855, Guru born 1903. SNDPY, 1920s. Gandhian influence, 1924 to 25. Vaikam, 1930s. Communist influence, 1928. Guru dies, 1936. Temple entry success. Simplify answers in exams. Mention education plus temple entry plus social equality together. Keyword linking. SNDPY, Ejava upliftment. Temple, education plus jobs. This is all you need to quickly revise in 5 minutes before exams. If you want, I can make an even shorter visual trick version, like a mind map style one-line memory sheet, so you can remember everything in seconds. Do you want me to make that next? Perfect. Here's a world-class, exam-ready, one-page cheat sheet for the temple entry movement. I've made it crisp, fully complete, with bullets, dates, keywords, and tips, so you can revise quickly. Temple entry movement, cheat sheet, South background. Problem. Untouchables of Varna-depressed classes, barred from temples, faced social discrimination. Started late 19th century, 1880s onward. Region Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. Goal. Allow all Hindus, irrespective of caste, to enter temples. Key movements and leaders. 1. Aravapuram movement, 1888. Leader Sri Narayan Guru, 1856 to 1928. Action. Built temple open for all castes at Aravapuram, Kerala. Significance. Spark for later reforms. Emphasized social equality and spiritual unity. 2. Vaikam Satyagraha, 1924 to 1925. Leaders. T.K. Madhavan, K. Kalapan, Narayana Guru supporters. Action. Protest to open temple roads for untouchables in Vaikam, Kerala. Technique. Gandhian non-violent methods. Satyagraha. Petitions. Fasting. Impact. First mass movement against caste discrimination in South India. 3. Temple entry movement, post-1924. Inspiration, success of Aravapuram and Vaikam movements. Gandhi's role, included anti-untouchability and constructive program, boosting national attention and support. Methods, nonviolent protests, mass petitions, awareness campaigns. Key idea, fight caste oppression peacefully. Historic milestone, Travancore Temple Entry Proclamation, 12th of Nav 1936. King, Maharaj Chithira Thirunal Balarama Varma. Action, opened all government-controlled temples to all Hindus irrespective of caste. Significance, first legal temple entry reform in India, followed by Madras Presidency and other regions. Important leaders, Kerala, Sri Narayana Guru, spiritual leader, built all caste temples. N. Kumaranasan, poet, social reformer, spread ideas through poetry. T.K. Madhavan, journalist, activist, led Vaikam Satyagraha. Keywords to remember: Avarnas, depressed classes, untouchables. Aravipuram movement, 1888, Kerala, first all-caste temple. Vaikam Satyagraha, 1924 to 25, Temple Road entry protest. Gandhian constructive program, anti-untouchability included. Travancore Temple Entry Proclamation, 12th of Nav 1936, all-caste temple entry. Nonviolent methods, satyagraha, peaceful protest strategies. Tips and tricks for exams. 1. Remember dates in sequence: 1888, 1924, 1936. 2. Connect leaders with movements: Narayana Guru, Aravapuram, T.K. Madhavan, Vaikom Satyagraha, Maharaj Chithira Thirunal, Travancore Temple Entry Proclamation. 3. Link movements with methods: Aravipuram equals inspiration, Vaikom's protest, temple entry, legal change. 4. Keyword associations: equality, all castes, anti-untouchability, non-violence, core theme. 5. Visual tip: picture a temple with doors wide open, symbol of all caste entry. Quick memory hook: Guru inspires, people protest, Gandhi supports, king opens doors, all Hindus welcome. If you want, I can also make a super tiny color-coded timeline diagram with dates plus movements plus leaders that fits on one page for fastest revision ever. Do you want me to make that next? Perfect. Here's the world's best exam-ready one-page cheat sheet for Jyotiba Phule's movement. I've included all key points, dates, keywords, and tips for quick revision. Jyotiba Phule's movement one-page cheat sheet. Leader: Jyotirao Govindarao Phule, Jyotiba Phule, 1827 to 1890, social reformer from Mali caste, Maharashtra. Historical context: time, 1870s, British India. Society: caste-based hierarchy. Brahmins equals priests, controlled religion and education. Lower castes, untouchables denied education, temple entry, water access. Religion used to justify oppression, organization. Satya Shodak Samaj, Society of Truth Seekers, founded 24th of September 1873. Aim: educate lower castes and women, fight Brahminical dominance, promote equality and social service, unite non-Brahmins and untouchables. Key writings: Gulamgiri, 1872. Slavery, critique of caste oppression, Sarvajanik Satyadharma Pustak, Religion for All, Equality, Life of Shivaji, inspire pride and anti-Brahmin sentiment. Others: Dharma Tritiya Ratna, Philosophy Ideology, Oppression Cultural and Ethnic, not only political economic, Education plus Organization equals Empowerment. Return to pre-Brahmin traditions, revive egalitarian culture, no distinction between untouchables and non-Brahmins. Methods: activities: opened schools for all castes, established orphanages for children, promoted women's education, criticized Indian National Congress for ignoring weaker sections, spread social awareness and unity. Social impact: inspired Maratha caste groups, influenced Dr. B.R. Ambedkar anti-caste movement. Mahar caste activism, led by Gopal Baba Walankar, 1894, petitioned Guft, army jobs and Kshatriya status, backbone of Ambedkar's anti-caste movement, 1920s. Legacy: first organized lower caste social reform movement, showed power of education and organization, inspired future leaders and anti-caste struggles. Model: education plus social service plus unity, cultural revival. Hashed important dates: Gulamgiri 1872, Satya Shodak Samaj founded 20 Sept 1873, Mahar petition for army jobs 1894. Quick tips for exam: remember, Gulamgiri equals slavery, Satya Shodak equals truth seekers. Key concept: education, unity, cultural revival equals empowerment. Link: Phule, Ambedkar, Mahars. Army petition: pre-Brahmin tradition equals equality focus, no caste distinction, untouchables and non-Brahmins treated equally. Mnemonic to remember key points: Phule's schools, P. Phule leader, S. Satya Shodak Samaj, T. teach, education. E. Equality for lower castes and women. R. Revival of pre-Brahmin traditions. A. Ambedkar and Mahars influenced. This cheat sheet is concise, exam ready, covers all facts, dates, and keywords, and easy to memorize for quick revision. If you want, I can also make a super quick 2-minute memory version, just keywords and dates in a tiny table for lightning fast pre-exam revision. Do you want me to make that too? Absolutely. Here's a super crisp one-page cheat sheet for the Bahujan Samaj movement with dates, names, keywords, regions, and exam-friendly tips. I've included all important points in the simplest way for quick revision. Bahujan Samaj movement, one-page cheat sheet. Key leaders and figures. Maharaj Shahu of Kolhapur, 1894 to 1922, supported Satya Shodak Samaj, fought Brahmin domination in court, introduced reservation for backward classes, 1902. Jyotiba Phule, 1827 to 1890, founder of Satya Shodak Samaj, 1873. Focus, equality, anti-caste, education for lower castes. Bhaskar Rao Jadhav, post-1919, formed anti-Brahmin and anti-Congress party, represented Bahujan Samaj, majority community. Fought moneylenders and caste oppression. Mukundrao Patil, from 1920, published Din Mitra, Friend of the Poor, newspaper, helped spread Satya Shodak ideas in rural areas. Namshudras, Bengal, poor untouchable peasants. Started associations after 1901 with support of educated elites, Brahmo Samaj missionaries. Initially loyal to British against national movement, allied with Muslims for land reforms, abolition of zamindari, but withdrew support when promises were broken. Main goals: fight caste discrimination, empower lower castes and Dalits, support peasants against landlords and moneylenders, promote education and social reforms, challenge upper caste political dominance. Regions of influence: Maharashtra, Kolhapur, Vidarbha, Deccan, Nagpur. Bengal, East Bengal, Namshudra strongholds. Methods and tools: newspapers, Din Mitra, folk theater, tamasha, street plays to spread awareness, political parties, anti-Brahmin and anti-Congress parties, alliances, sometimes strategic with British or Muslims. Key concepts, keywords: Bahujan Samaj, majority community, lower castes, Dalits, Shudras, Adivasis. Satya Shodak Samaj, equals society of truth seekers, Jyotiba Phule. Tamasha equals folk theater to educate illiterate masses. Din Mitra, newspaper spreading anti-caste and pro-peasant ideas. Zamindari abolition, removal of exploitative landlords. Timeline, dates. 1873, Satya Shodak Samaj founded, Phule. 1894 to 1922, reign of Shahu of Kolhapur. 1901, Namshudra associations begin in Bengal. 1902, Shahu introduces backward class reservation. 1919, Bhaskar Rao Jadhav forms anti-Brahmin and anti-Congress party. 1920, Din Mitra newspaper begins. Rural movement spreads. Exam-friendly tips and tricks. Tip 1. Remember Shahu's Phule, Maharashtra, equality, Satya Shodak Samaj. Tip 2. Remember Namshudras, Bengal, British loyalists, land reforms. Tip 3. Tamasha x Maharashtra folk theater, Din Mitra's newspaper, both spread ideas. Tip 4. Bahujan Samaj equals literally majority of people, all oppressed castes. Tip 5. Alliances matter. British support equals strategic, not moral. Muslim alliance equals conditional. Quick memory tricks. Shahu plays tamasha. Shahu supported rural folk theater, tamasha. Din Mitra equal friend of poor. Newspaper spreading ideas. B plus B plus P. Bhaskar Rao Jadhav, Brahmin opposition, Phule inspiration. Namshudras equals Bengal farmers loyal to British, helps link region and loyalty. This cheat sheet is concise, covers all names, dates, ideas, and regions, and is ready for exam quick revision. If you want, I can also make a super easy visual map linking leaders, regions, and movements. It's like a one-page mind map that sticks in memory forever. Do you want me to make that? Perfect. Here's the world's best ultra-crisp cheat sheet for reformative movements, designed for quick revision before exams. I've included bullets, dates, keywords, reformers, organizations, and easy tips to remember everything. Nothing important is missed. Reformative movements, cheat sheet, one page. 1. Meaning. Reformative movements, groups, activities aimed at improving society, removing untouchability, educating lower castes, and changing bad customs. 2. Types of reform movements, type, meaning, key example point. Bhakti, devotion to God, equality of all. Saints, Kabir, Tukaram, Chaitanya. Neo-Vedantic, modern interpretation of Vedanta, social reform, Arya Samaj, Dayanand Saraswati. Philanthropic, charity and welfare work. Schools, hostels, free education. Sanskritization, lower castes imitating higher caste customs, wearing sacred thread, vegetarianism, learning Sanskrit. Tip, think Bhakti plus Vedanta plus charity, copy high caste equals reform movements. 3. Key reformers and organizations. Name, organization, role, contribution, year, location. Dayanand Saraswati, founder of Arya Samaj, said untouchability is not Hinduism. 1875, North India. Arya Samaj, education and welfare for lower castes, avoided politics, 1875 onwards. K. Ranga Rao, started free schools for lower castes, 1897, Mangalore. Prarthana Samaj, started depressed classes. Mission Society in Bombay, 1898, Bombay, Mumbai. Depressed Classes Mission Society ran schools and education for lower castes, 1898, Bombay, and 1909, Madras. Theosophical Society supported philanthropic and educational activities, late 19th, early 20th century. Tip, remember as Ranga Rao, Bombay, Madras, schools for all. 4. Key concepts, untouchability, social practice, not part of original Hinduism, Dayanand Saraswati. Scheduled castes, official term for lower castes benefiting from welfare and education. Intermediate castes, e.g. Jats in Punjab and Rajasthan, also supported reforms. Philanthropy's education is main tool. Reformers focused on social upliftment, not politics. 5. Important dates. 1875, Arya Samaj founded by Dayanand Saraswati. 1897, K. Ranga Rao starts free schools in Mangalore. 1898, Prarthana Samaj starts Depressed Classes Mission Society, Bombay. 1909, Depressed Classes Mission Society established in Madras. Memory tip, 75 Arya, 97 Mangalore, 98 Bombay, 09 Madras. Chronological flow. There's 6. Tips to remember quickly. 3 pillars of reform equals education's welfare, social equality. Who helped? Arya Samaj, Prarthana Samaj, Theosophical Society, Good Samaritans. Political versus social. Arya Samaj, no politics, only social and educational reform. Bhakti and Neo-Vedanta, popular with untouchables and middle castes. Sanskritization, a tool for social respect. Quick mnemonics, BVPS equals Bhakti, Vedantic, philanthropy. Sanskritization, Ranga Rao, Bombay, Madras equals chronological order of educational reform. This page is ready for quick revision, covers all key facts, dates, reformers, organizations, and concepts, and has tips, mnemonics to remember everything easily. If you want, I can also make a super ultra condensed one-line memory version, where everything from this cheat sheet can be memorized in 5 minutes before exams. Do you want me to make that too? Sanskritization, one-page cheat sheet, bullets, dates, keywords, tips. Definition, single line, Sanskritization, lower intermediate castes adopt upper caste, Sanskritic rituals, habits and symbols to gain higher social status. Key scholar and date, M.N. Srinivas, 1952, coined the term Sanskritization. Main idea keywords, imitation, upward mobility, Sanskritic norms, ritual change, social climbing, caste rivalry, respectability, symbolic change. Who did it? Examples plus dates. Chamars, Jaunpur, embraced Siva Narayan sect to elevate status. Palars and Tamil Nadu claimed Kshatriya status from 1871 onwards. Various other lower intermediate castes across India in late 19th, 20th century. Typical changes adopted. Short list. Worship styles, Sanskritic gods, Brahminical rituals, vegetarianism, giving up alcohol and meat in public life, wearing sacred thread, caste symbols, new gotras or surnames, temple entry, Sanskrit mantras, purity rules, new marriage rites, changing occupations or claiming new Varna identity. Why they did it, causes, short. Desire for social respect and honor, economic improvement and access to resources, political competition among castes, rivalry. Avoid discrimination, gain prestige in local hierarchy. Limitations, criticisms, very short. Ritual change, guaranteed rise in real power. Land, money, education matter. Upper castes often resist recognition. Social acceptance not automatic. Can erase local folk culture and identities. Later movements, Dalit politics, reservations, Ambedkarite activism offered alternative routes. Related parallel processes, Sanskritization versus Westernization, adopting Western ways. Sanskritization often coexists with political mobilization, e.g., reservation claims, party politics. Sanskritization versus Sanskritization reversal, reassertion of original identity, or Dalit pride movements. Important dates to remember. 1871, Palars claim Kshatriya identity, example date. 1952, M.N. Srinivas coins Sanskritization. Fast memory tips for exams. Mnemonic for causes, REPT, respect, economy, power, tension, rivalry. Remember Srinivas 1952 as the definitional anchor. 2 clear examples, Chamars, Jaunpur, Siva Narayan, and Palars, 1871, and Tamil Nadu. One-line answer model, use in paper. Sanskritization, Srinivas 1952, is the process where lower castes adopt upper caste Sanskritic rituals, e.g., temple worship, vegetarianism, to gain higher social status. Ritual change helps but does not always secure economic or political power. One-line caution to add value in answers. Add. However, caste mobility also needs land, education, and political power. Ritual imitation alone is often insufficient. If you want, I can convert this into a single flashcard set, QA for quick revision, column one-line answer plus example sheet for presentation. Tell me which, and I'll make it now. Here's a world-class crisp one-page cheat sheet of the Adi movements. Adi movements, crisp revision notes, background, time period, mainly 1920s to 1940s. Context, Montagu-Chelmsford reforms, 1919, gave Indians limited political representation. Post-World War I, economic hardship, political upheaval. Dalits started self-organizing to fight caste discrimination. Core idea of Adi. Adi equals original, first, inhabitants of India. Claim, Dalits were the true natives of India. Caste system, imposed later by Aryan invaders to enslave natives. Message, reject caste, emphasize equality and unity, pride in indigenous traditions. Major Adi movements. 1. Adi Dravida movement, Tamil Nadu, led by Periyar, later supported, but earlier leaders from Dalit communities. Focus, identity and self-respect of Dalits in Tamil society. 2. Adi Andhra movement, Andhra Pradesh, first conference, 1917, Vijayawada. Goal, Dalit unity plus demand for education, jobs, political rights. 3. Adi Karnataka movement, Karnataka, aim social upliftment, rejection of untouchable label. 4. Adi Hindu movement, Uttar Pradesh, SB Kanpur. Leaders, Swami Achyutanand. Message, Dalits equals Adi Hindus, real natives. Strong campaign in North India. 5. Adi Dharma movement, Punjab. Idea, Dalits form a distinct religion, like Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs. Claim, this faith existed before Hinduism. Strong in 1930s. Wider impact, 1930s, showed Dalits' capacity for self-organization. 1940s, merged into Ambedkar's scheduled caste federation, a pan-India umbrella for Dalits. Brought untouchability issue to the sectional politic. Significance, gave Dalits pride and identity. Adi equals original, not inferior. Challenged the Aryan superiority myth. Strengthened Dalit political awareness before independence. Prepared ground for Ambedkar's nationwide movement. Keywords to remember. Adi equals original inhabitants. 1917, Adi Andhra Conference. Swami Achyutanand, Adi Hindu, UP. Adi Dharma, distinct religion, Punjab. 1930s, rise of self-organization. 1940s, scheduled caste federation umbrella, Ambedkar, nationalized untouchability issue. Hack quick tricks to remember. Andhra, first, 1917. Tamil Nadu, Adi Dravida, South Pride, Dravidian base. UP, Adi Hindu, strong slogan Adi equal real Hindus. Punjab, Adi Dharma, religion-based identity. Karnataka, Adi Karnaka, regional assertion. Just remember, South equals Dravida Andhra Karnataka. North equals Hindu, Punjab equals Dharma. Would you like me to also make a super short flowchart diagram-style summary, like a 1-minute recall map, so you can quickly visualize it during revision? Perfect. I'll make a world-class one-page cheat sheet for the Congress and Harijan movement, including all important dates, events, keywords, and a few X you must know. I'll also give daily revision memory anchor so you can memorize it super fast and never forget. Congress and Harijan movement, one-page cheat sheet. Key terms, keywords. Depressed classes, untouchables, Dalits, submerged classes, oppressed communities due to caste. Harijan, Gandhi's term, children of God, later replaced by Dalit, scheduled castes. Untouchability, social practice of treating certain castes as unclean. Separate electorates, idea of Dalits choosing their own political representatives. Anti-Untouchability Manifesto, 1918, Congress promised to not practice untouchability. Pune Pact, 1932, reserved seats for Dalits after Gandhi-Ambedkar negotiation. Hindu Mahasabha, Hindu political group, asked to help remove untouchability. Timeline of events, year, event, action. 1910, All India meetings under Bombay Presidency, Social Reform Association for Untouchables Welfare. 1917, First Depressed Classes Conference in Bombay. Congress includes social reform and agenda. Dalits and non-Brahmins propose separate electorates. 1918, First All India Depressed Classes Conference, Anti-Untouchability Manifesto issued. Prominent leaders attend. 1921, Congress appeals to Hindus to remove untouchability and improve submerged classes. 1922, Congress appoints committee to make practical plans for bettering untouchables' condition. 1923, Congress requests Hindu Mahasabha to remove untouchability from Hindu society. 1932, Pune Pact, reserved seats for Dalits in legislatures after Gandhi-Ambedkar discussion. 1950, Indian Constitution, untouchability banned, legal rights and reservations for scheduled castes. Key leaders: Gandhiji, social and moral reform, called them Harijans. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, political and legal reform, fought for Dalit rights, separate electorates, later Pune Pact. Indian National Congress, political support and resolutions. Hindu Mahasabha encouraged to help stop untouchability. Big Ideas Summary. 1. Depressed classes began self-organization and conferences to demand rights. 2. Congress initially ignored social reform, included it from 1917 onwards. 3. Gandhi boosted social awareness and moral campaign. 4. Ambedkar focused on political empowerment. 5. Resolutions, committees, and manifestos, practical steps to end untouchability. 6. Legal and constitutional reforms, 1950, made untouchability illegal and ensured equality. Daily revision tricks, memory anchors. 1. Timeline visualization. Visualize a ladder. 1910, 1917, 1918, 1921, 1922, 1923, 1932, 1950. Create a story in your mind climbing the ladder. First meetings, Gandhi, committees, Pune Pact, Constitution. 2. Keyword anchors. Harijan Gandhi equals moral reform. Ambedkar equals political rights equals Pune Pact. Manifesto equals 1918 promise. Committee equals 1922 plans. 3. Daily 5-minute review trick. Read timeline first. Imagine a story connecting events. Recall keywords, speak them out loud. Repeat before sleep, repeat in morning. 4. Visualization. Picture Harijans entering school well temple. Remember social reform. Picture Ambedkar talking. Remember Pune Pact. 5. Mnemonic for main years. BDDCCPC. Bombay 1910, Depressed 1917, Depressed 1918, Congress 1921, Committee 1922, Pact 1932, Constitution 1950. Make a dogs dance carefully, catching perfect coins. Links events chronologically. 6. Flashcard trick. Front. 1918 Anti-Untouchability Manifesto. Back. First All India Depressed Classes Conference. Congress promises to not practice untouchability. 10 key flashes. Revise 2 to 3 times day. Pro tip. Focus on Gandhi versus Ambedkar approach and the timeline of 1910 to 1950. If you remember that, all other details fall in place. If you want, I can make an even shorter, ultra-crisp, 1-minute memory map for this topic. You could look at it once and remember everything for exams. Do you want me to do that next? Perfect. Here's the ultimate world-class 1-page cheat sheet for the Congress and Harijan movement, 1910 to 1936, including dates, keywords, leaders, events, and daily memory tricks, so you can revise super fast and never forget. Congress and Harijan movement 1-page cheat sheet. Keywords, important terms, depressed classes, untouchables, Dalits, submerged classes, oppressed communities. Harijan, Gandhi's term, children of God. Untouchability, social discrimination, banned by constitution later. Separate electorates, Dalits elect their own representatives. Joint electorate, all Hindus vote together. Anti-Untouchability Manifesto, 1918. Congress promised not to practice untouchability. Pune Pact, 1932. Reserved seats for Dalits in joint electorate after Gandhi-Ambedkar agreement. Temple entry movement, opening temples for untouchables. Timeline of key events, year, event action. 1910, Bombay Presidency Social Reform Association meetings for untouchables. 1917, First Depressed Classes Conference. Congress includes social reform. Dalits propose separate electorates. 1918, All India Anti-Untouchability Manifesto issued. Prominent leaders support it. 1921, Congress appeals to Hindus to remove untouchability and help submerged classes. 1922, Congress forms committee to improve untouchables' conditions. 1923, Congress asks Hindu Mahasabha to help remove untouchability. 1928, Indian National Social Conference calls to remove untouchability, unify Hindu society. 31, Karachi Congress session, fundamental jobs, schools, wells, roads for all. 1932, McDonald's Communal Award, separate electorates for untouchables, Gandhi protests. Sept 20 to 24th, 1932, Gandhi's fast unto death, Pune Pact signed, joint electorate plus reserved seats for Dalits. Sept 25th, 1932, Bombay Hindu Conference resolution, no one regarded as untouchable, equal access to public facilities. 1933 to 1936, temple entry legislation and activism, Baroda 1933, Travancore 1936, bills in Madras and Bombay legislatures. Key leaders and roles, Gandhiji moral reform, called untouchables Harijans, led fast upliftment campaign. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, political reform, fought for Dalit rights, negotiated Pune Pact. Ranga Iyer introduced temple entry bill in central legislature. Congress issued resolutions, committees, anti-untouchability manifesto, coordinated reforms. Hindu Mahasabha asked to remove untouchability and support social reforms. Big Ideas Summary 1. Early 20th century, untouchables organized for rights, conferences, petitions. 2. Gandhi, social moral upliftment, renamed as Harijans. 3. Congress, shifted from ignoring social reform to active resolutions and committees. 4. McDonald's Communal Award, sparked political action, Pune Pact. 5. Temple entry, practical reforms, Baroda and Travancore open temples, legislature bills. 6. Combined approach, social, moral, political, legal reforms for equality. Daily revision tricks and memory anchors. 1. Timeline visualization, ladder of events, 1910, 1917, 1918, 1921, 1922, 1923, 1928, 1931, 1932, 1933-36. Story, meetings, Gandhi, committees, pact, temple doors open. 2. Mnemonic for main years, BDDCCSKPTT, Bombay 1910, Depressed 1917, Depressed 1918, Congress 1921, Committee 1922, Social Conf 1928, Karachi 1931, Pune Pact 1932, Temple Entry 1933, Travancore 1936. Fun story, big dogs dance carefully, catching kids playing together. 3. Flashcards. Front, Pune Pact. Back, 24 Sept 1932, joint electorate, reserved seats. Front, temple entry first state. Back, Baroda 1933. 4. Visualization, Gandhi fasting, Pune Pact, unity. Temple gates opening, equality and social reform. Equal access signs, Karachi Congress fundamental rights. 5. 5-minute daily drill, read timeline aloud, recall leaders, visualize actions, imagine story in your head. Morning's night repetition for 5 to 10 mins, permanent memory. Pro tip, focus on Gandhi versus Ambedkar approach, timeline 1910 to 1936, Pune Pact, and temple entry movement. Use story visualization, last bench kids equals untouchables, teachers equals Gandhi Congress, playground and library equals temples, public facilities. If you want, I can now draw a one-glance visual mind map of the entire Harijan movement, 1910 to 1936, with dates, leaders, and events, so it's instantly recallable in 1 minute. Do you want me to make that? Absolutely. Here's best one-page cheat sheet for Gandhiji and Harijan, depressed class upliftment, with dates, bullets, keywords, memory anchors, and revision tips, all concise for quick exam revision. Cash Gandhiji and Harijan upliftment, one-page cheat sheet. 1. Main focus, Harijans, depressed classes, equals children of God. Gandhi's principal concern equals end untouchability and improve Dalit lives. Moral basis, helping Dalits, penance for Hindus for the sin of untouchability. Organizations and movements, year, organization, action. Purpose, keywords, example, note. 1932, Harijan Sevak Sangh, All India Anti-Untouchability League. Upliftment, education, technical and medical training, vocational and health training for Dalits. 1933, Weekly Journal Harijan. Awareness, reporting temples, wells, schools open to Dalits. Weekly updates, publicity, motivating social change. 1933 to 34, Harijan Tour, 12,500 miles. Face-to-face awareness, temple entry, social reform. Gandhi traveled across India to teach equality. 3. Key quotes. The welfare work of the untouchables is a penance which the Hindus have to do for the sin of untouchability. Moral duty, charity. 4 government reforms. Year, place, reform. Keywords, note. 1937 to 39, Bombay, Madras. Temple entry bills allowed Dalits into temples. 1937 to 39, Central Provinces Bihar, free education, primary onwards, Dalits education promoted. Number 5, key concepts, keywords. Upliftment, welfare, social equality. Harijan equal children of God. Anti-untouchability, moral penance. Education, health, vocational training. Temple entry, wells. Schools access, awareness and publicity. Harijan Journal, Harijan Tour. Congress reforms 1937 to 39. Number 6, memory anchors trick, Harija. H, Harijan Sivak Sang, 1932, health and skills. A, awareness, weekly journal, Harijan, 1933. R, road tour, 12,500 miles. Harijan Tour, 1933 to 34. I, inclusion, temples, wells, schools opened. J, justice, moral duty, penance for Hindus. A, action, reforms, Congress 1937 to 39, temple entry plus free education. Number 7, daily revision tricks. 1, morning 5-min flash, recite Harija mnemonic. 2, visualize tour map, imagine Gandhi traveling villages, 12,500 miles. 3, quote practice, repeat key quote aloud, welfare work equals penance. 4, quick timeline, 1932, 1933, 1933 to 34, 1937 to 39. 5, connect example, think of modern Dalit schools or healthcare as Gandhi's legacy. 6, night 3-min flash, recite all keywords and reforms. 7, weekly self-quiz, match your action purpose. 8, draw small table mind map on paper once a week. Extra tips for exams, use Harija mnemonic to cover all points quickly. Always mention both Gandhi's moral approach and Congress legal reforms. Include temple entry plus free education plus Harijan Sevak Sang plus Harijan Journal plus tour for full marks. Relate modern schemes for Dalits as legacy, impress examiner. If you want, I can also make a super colorful visual one-page diagram showing all events, organizations, tours, journals, and reforms in a single snapshot. It will stick in memory for life. Do you want me to make that visual cheat sheet next?